With Harvey hurricane, for example, our station in Houston was okay, but the people that work in the Houston station couldn't access our station. It took them 2-3 hours. So only those that were in the actual building were able to stay there. So what the company did in this case is like make sure they were safe, place them in hotels around the station. They work wall to wall, nonstop. And since you don't have all the people that you usually have, and even though if you have your full crew, it's not the same doing 4 hours of newscast versus 24 hours. When you do wall to wall, you stop everything, commercials, everything. It's just the same topic over and over. So they move people from Miami, from Dallas, San Jose, Denver, San Diego, Los Angeles, all the 16 stations that Telemundo has, and NBC gave us some of the reporters that speak Spanish, and they were with their NBC logo and Telemundo reporting for Harvey. Now, we're in the middle of Harvey. People talk about it like if it's gone, it's done. No, the hurricane left, but the disaster's there. Now we're dealing with infections, placing, cleaning. They just found a body, I heard yesterday, in a closet in a luxurious hotel that she was missing. So they're gonna be finding a lot of stuff and pets and people that cannot go to their houses. So we still have a big army of reporters there. When now we get Irma hitting, for us as Spanish media, Puerto Rico is the first door. So they flew some of our people from the East Coast to Puerto Rico. Now these people cannot come back to Miami, and Irma's coming to Miami, so they're flying people to Dallas, which will be our point of meeting and our point to do the coverage. Thank God with technology now, satellites, everything, you can report from anywhere. I was reporting on Harvey from LA, from the flash cam, because there was no way that I was gonna go to Houston, no flights going in. To go over there, I had to fly to Dallas and then 3 to 5 hours drive to Houston. It would have been counterproductive. You can't send everybody because West Coast, you know, we live with earthquakes. Every day we experience earthquakes. You don't feel it right here because you get used to it, but our soil moves like over, I believe it's 202 times a day. But everything, it's under 2.1, so we don't feel it anymore. But we gotta be here in case something happened. So now they're moving people to Dallas to be ready in case Miami station gets affected like Houston station got affected, and then we're gonna transmit wall to wall from Dallas again. We did it from Dallas to the third and fourth day of Harvey.
So you learned a lesson from Harvey, so now you got a good plan B.
Yeah, actually they did it before with another disaster. I believe, I don't remember the year, but the company has Dallas with a mirror effect, so you can transmit 2 simultaneous newscasts to different signals. So Dallas newscast stays clean. They don't get affected at all. But all of the stations of Telemundo and NBC, we have an emergency set, an emergency control room, emergency everything, in a smaller scale.
Smart cookies.
Yeah, they have, everything's double. So if an emergency happened, like right now it's happening again, Dallas will have their own newscast from the smaller section probably, and then the other crew that it's a skeleton crew, we call it, because they come from all over the different stations. They will transmit wall to wall for Florida and about Irma. Now, with the earthquake last night in Oaxaca, the big fear was, it's not that we're not afraid of the earthquakes, but since we experienced them so much, we were more alert with the tsunami alert for 3 hours, because you look at that area and it's Mexico, Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, Panama, y Ecuador that had all that alert. So you start thinking, how are we going to cover that? So that's where you guys, the new journalists, come in, because I was feeding a lot of my information through the Post. A lot of people were doing live transmissions on Facebook, Instagram, and you start getting all this information from normal residents. They are our source, and many times we just have to make sure that we quote them. And when we use some of their stuff on air, we contact them. In my case, I contact them on Facebook. Hey, I just saw you did this. Can I use it on air? A simple text, it'll protect you legally. You can. It's not like before that you need to this long statement. We just had a training with attorneys that protect journalists and guide us on what to do and what not to do. A simple text from the person saying, "My name is so and so, and I allow you and your organization to use my footage or my voice or whatever you're looking for, pictures, all that stuff," and we use that on the air because we can send photographers over there. At this point, we don't have the manpower.
So your attorneys for NBC Telemundo say as long as they write a text that say, I give you permission, la la la, and then they give you your name, you're good to go with their footage.
Yeah, as long as it's nothing related to lawsuits and we're talking about, these natural disasters. You can do it with anybody. At least the California law allows that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to check based on different states, how the law.
That's interesting.
Because from one state to the other, it's different. In California, you can't record audio. It's illegal, but I understand that you can do it in Florida, and you can use that without someone's consent. So
In California?
Yeah.
No, California is two-party consent.
The audio?
Yeah, two-party consent in California for audio.
Yeah, you cannot record
You
it.
cannot. Oh, I thought you
Yeah.
said you could.
No.
Yeah, no,
No,
not
no,
in,
no,
yeah,
no.
not in California.
No, that's what I said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whew,
You
sorry,
can't.
I misunderstood you.
Yeah, no, you can't. In California, you can't. If you want to record me and I'm not aware of, then I can sue you, pretty much. So that's why you have to check. And with these platforms, it's kind of difficult because the law affects us in different ways. If I want to transmit something on air and you give me the footage, it doesn't apply for my online reporting. If you give me, the rights for the material. So we are in this whole craziness right now. Mother Earth is a little bit, Mother Nature's a little bit upset, and we just have to move from wherever we are. Like the majority of people are here, and they were here and they left. The news directors from the East Coast, New York, Florida, all that area, they left earlier.
So it's impacting our conference.
It's impacting the conference very much.
The Mexico earthquake or Irma or all these disasters.
I think all of them, because after last night earthquake, a lot of people were planning to stay until Saturday, left this morning. I supposed to stay until Saturday after the gala. I'm leaving today, right after the luncheon.